thought we'd go ahead and take a look up north to Dallas, Texas, and what's going on with Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott and his deal.
Let's do
The
it.
NFL signal caller is going through something of a contract dispute with the Cowboys, and he did sign a large extension a few years back, but he's entering into the final year of his contract.
Yeah.
And taking a look at his stats, he threw for 4,516 yards, 36 touchdowns, and that was a league leading 36 touchdowns too. And
Yeah.
he gets a lot of heat. But should we talk about the fact that he was the runner-up MVP voting to Lamar Jackson? Is that impressive?
Yeah. It's definitely impressive. I don't know. See, with Dak is kind of tricky. You know what I mean? I don't know why people don't really kind of just draw to him really like that. It's just something that we don't understand. But uh, my only issue with him was just his interceptions. But nah, he's a heck of a quarterback though.
Yeah. And it was interesting that his interceptions went down after McCarthy took over as the play caller there.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of wondering, how much does the fact that he is the Cowboys quarterback play into all the criticism? Because he was recently seen in a walking boot. And do you think that there should be concern for his health entering the 2024 season?
Um, they definitely should try to look into it. But like I said, uh I covered his injury report and it seemed like it wasn't that crazy, especially him being lesser than CD Lamb. So I don't think it's gonna be too much to look into, but definitely kind of just be cautious a little bit. But I mean, we'll just have to see, man.
Yeah, and a quote here from Prescott through the Athletics, John Machota. He said, "It's the same ankle that I snapped and had nasty surgery on 4 years ago. A couple of hard days of training, you get a little sore, you go on a fishing trip, you want to protect it and make sure things don't get worse. It's absolutely nothing. People reaching, trying to make things there that they aren't."
Mhm.
There is some reaching here for sure, but seeing Dak in a walking boot is worth talking about. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it is something that a lot of people are gonna, get on him about and try to see about because you look injured and we got the season's like a few weeks away. Are you going to be able to play? Are you going to be good, fully ready to play? You know what I mean? Because they don't want to just give you that money and you sit most of the like Aaron Rodgers type situation. So we just have to see.
I know you mentioning that people don't necessarily gravitate towards him. That kind of has me thinking about the almost like a Russell Wilson situation because Russell Wilson he was drafted in the third round and Dak was drafted in the fourth round. So I know there's always been a little bit of parallel there, considering they were later drafted quarterbacks.
Right.
And
And
I don't know, I feel like at this point, both of them have more than earned their place as they've outplayed their draft. I feel like their
most,
draft.
de- most definitely. I mean, just looking at his stats, like you said, I mean, 4,000 yards, that's not easy. You know what I mean? That's not something that 36 touchdowns, none of that is easy. He's definitely a professional quarterback. I don't get it. I guess it's just the fact that I think Dallas expects too much from him. You know what I mean? Because at this end of the day, he can't take them to the Super Bowl by himself. The whole team has to be synced in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they just got to lay off on him.
Yeah, defense has been a big problem for the Cowboys for about 10 years now. So it'd be nice to see him switch it around. But and
Yeah,
then
he everything by himself. He needs a good O line. He needs a improved defense, and they need to keep CD Lamb for sure, and just find ways to just make it work.
I totally agree. And I know we can look back because you had covered CD Lamb in a previous video and the contract extension, and keeping the two of them together is probably the most important thing for their offense at the moment.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And I told you, well, I said that I feel like if anything, CD should get a extension first, just off the fact so they can keep him. We know they're going to give Dak one, and if they don't, it's like who else are you going to use to, for that position? So it's like they just have to, give him a contract, but maybe just kind of lower it a little bit, but keep the players though. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's going to get a long-term deal, stay with the team that drafted him, and he's definitely too good and too linked with Dallas now to go anywhere else.
Yeah, he wants to go anywhere else either, James. Honestly, I don't think he wants to go. I mean, he's already far in his career. Where else can you possibly go? You're basically veteran status now, so it's like you might as well stay.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and let us know about that in the comments. Tell us what you think. Is he going to get a max contract? Will he reset the market? It's
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
And up next, J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.